one right after the other, because the minute you start watching, a bunch of other ones pop up. The little tiny houses, oh my,
One of those that makes me go behind my house.
they're
I had so
so
much
awesome.
fun. I put like a skylight in there and it was all decked out, but it was only 10 by 16.
Yeah, they do some amazing stuff with those things. And then the way they figure out to use the little corners that, so nothing goes to waste is quite amazing.
Had a loft area, you go up there and sit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Kathy was mad at me. That's-
There was this one where I saw the way they put in the stack of a washer dryer right off the kitchen. Yes, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to laundry because I know that you're going to the laundry mat. So I hate them.
The dog stuff goes along.
Big blankets that I can't put in right. Yeah, things we do.
That's a really good conversation.
Even Johnson had just that.
Just recently, like a month ago. Yeah, another guy was flying out of town and we had a long talk about it. She just dies.
Well, my son knows all about the laundromat now, because he doesn't get home all the time to my house to do laundry for free. So he and his girlfriend make little trips to the laundromat together. What a way to grow.
Together.
Yes.
Miss those days.
No.
Now it's okay at all.
So our dryer went out yesterday.
Oh.
So guess where I was last night?
At the
Well,
I think it's very coincidental that we had this discussion.
Oh, that is-
I was at the one next to the Circle K. It's pretty nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
there
are some.
Yeah, yeah.
For sure.
That's what came on 13.
No, on 99.
No?
Right next to the Shell station.
I think it was the dog.
Yeah, pretty good one, but still fun.
Yeah.
I haven't been in one and I can't tell you for years.
Story went close in the laundry basket, take it up.
Yeah.
Gotta do what you gotta do there, though.
I would like to file a complaint because there is no coffee machine.
See?
Yeah, that's been brought up.
Yes.
I told them,
Nothing even sent.
I told them that's gonna be a problem.
So I see your coffee and it made me think about it. So the whole story, I'm complaining and it's the maker's fault.
No, Jeremy brought me coffee.
Oh,
I should play.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, you're there.
Text him and said, there's no coffee machine over here the way I did.
It's called council comments and concerns,
It's
right?
the same
Okay,
thing.
good. Just making sure the concerns is to be underlined.
We're not here to drink coffee.
If we're gonna be here, I have to get up early in the crack of dawn. Yes, we have to. All right, shall we begin? All right. We'll bring this meeting to order at 6:31. Let us say the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
I don't see anybody in the building. Is there anybody online?
Kidding.
Besides, well, I know Kitty's there. No. Okay. Oh, you know what? No, let me see. Why did I look too close? So I was like, why did I do this? Yeah, someday. Okay. So no interested citizens signing up. It looks like we got a full house tonight. Nobody is missing, so that's good. Oh, yeah. Is Cole coming? Has he texted you? Okay, so Cole's missing, unless he shows up. Thanks for reminding me. All right. We're gonna just bust right into it. We'll go to our discussion items. Number one on page one, it is the library discussion. Would you like to give a little background or Cindy?
Turn it over to our library director.
Okay, Miss Cindy.
Okay, well, I understand that you all discussed a little bit about the library in the last meeting, so. And I guess the library staff concern was an issue, and then also the air quality, of course, and. Just in general, so I just wanted to let you know that we have made some strides towards staff safety. We have made this bookcase, we put one of our bookcases on casters. And now it spins out, like this is like a little door and it connects to the circulation desk, so when it's closed. It's not going to stop somebody, but it would slow them down, give us enough time to get out the door that goes to City Hall and close that behind us to, get out of the building. I've been talking with Jared about it, whenever a staff member is alone in the library and we're open and there's people in there, they will be behind that. And it will be latched, we won't be out in the library. The library is never open when everything else here is closed.
Do we have a safety concern with the library?
Well, if person is over there all by themselves,
Well, I get that, but I just wondered if there had been any suspicious activity.
occasionally,
There have been times when. Let's say around the same time that the park was being vandalized and things were being ripped off the walls and things like that. I don't know for sure who was involved in that, but there was somebody in the library at that time, every time we were open, sleeping, showering in the bathroom, that kind of thing, so. It does happen, it's not all the time, and whenever there was a problem, we were able to address it and ask them to leave, so.
They're
Yeah.
showering, you need to address it and then ask it to leave.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
my,
We have a camera in the library, the camera will be on a screen that's in the office where Dave Rocio and I are. Jeremy's also gonna be getting access to it on his desktop and his phone. A lot of us do have access already.
have you guys set up, like a panic button?
That is in the works, Brightside is coming back out to install a panic button in the library.
That's good to know. What about, I know we're gonna have the panic button, I'm just overly cautious. A little CD or walkie-talkie thing.
We have phones, but we don't have any like little radios or anything like that.
Okay.
And we do have a code word that we use in City
Oh,
Hall,
good.
like if we call somebody and we tell them, so-and-so is here to see you, everybody knows that's,
It's cool.
Perfect.
it's Mr. Bingley. Not a secret sound.
Yeah, I know, I was gonna
We
say.
have to pivot.
You would have passed.
Yeah.
So, and how about the reduced or changed open hours?
Don't anticipate that's gonna be necessary.
No, okay. Fantastic. Anybody else with any questions?
Are you comfortable with the setup that you have right now?
Yes. I think it's going to work well. If there's any cause for concern, then we'll readdress it immediately, but for right now. I think that if something was to happen, it would buy us the time we need to get out and get help,
Right.
which is,
Well, the fact that you're only open when there's other people in the annex and people that are nearby.
Yeah,
It's literally
there's
a minute or less.
exactly, yeah, there's always people around, and I mean. I anticipate there will still be people in and out of that building too, as like all of our storage is still in that building. And people are still keeping their lunches in the fridge and things like that, so,
Right,
there's.
right.
Their lunches are probably less safe than you.
There's, someone in the library now, is that a class? Oh, that's the English class, that is right,
Yes,
Right.
yeah, second, I think.
yeah, Kathy Carton's teaching that, there's like two
She's been
tables
doing that for 25, 30 years.
Really?
They wanted more.
I wonder if she's so worn out.
She's wonderful.
She is.
We're happy we can lend them the space to do that.
I find that amazing. Thank you.
Have we done testing the walls yet to see the extent of mold damage or like that, how it might impact the library? We haven't done that. I had a structural engineer out and he did a visual inspection for safety and structural integrity, but if we want to do that, that would require more work, more testing, and it will more expense.
When the gentleman was out to look, did he make any mention of asbestos and water cooling the tiles or the wall paint or anything like that? As the building is extremely old, which means it probably has asbestos in the paint or lead or.
What's the building built? When was that building built?
Oh,
50s.
50s, I wanna say, maybe even before.
There was no discussion of asbestos that would require, environmental consultant to come out and take them.
Actually, there is an asbestos stick you can buy. And you can test it yourself for less than $10. FYI, at Lowe's. Also a lead one.
Probably better left undone.
Well, no, I only say that because some people are very susceptible to, if the water starts making the paint peel or old tiles come up, it will release asbestos or whatever chemicals are in there. Usually, unless you wanna pay a lot to have it fixed, they just put everything over it.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
But that's all the only question I had. Okay, anything else for that topic?
I have more broad topics, not specifically related to the library, but kind of structures at large, but I think that can maybe wait till a different topic.
Yes, please.
Okay, cool.
Okay, well, I'll move on to discussion item 2, that is on page 3. This is the planning commission application update.
I have a question, we still have the 2 vacancies, right? Are any of those 3 people that are on the committee, currently on the committee, do they, any of them live out of town? Or is that spot still available?
That's still available.
Cause I have a person I'm thinking about nominating and he lives fairly out of town. A couple of years.
Send nobody away.
So I could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
So. The questions.
Well, we're gonna add some language of the application.
Yeah, the actual application. I guess when I was reading it, the word vision. People don't always. Have the same idea of what that meaning is. When you put it in a sentence, so I'm wondering if maybe instead of saying vision, we should say what's your observation or your perspective. Or something to that.
Where do you see?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so what is your perspective of the city of Dayton currently? Or what is your observation? Or what is your most important priority? Or what do you think is the most important priority? I don't know, something around that. I think I wanna elicit them. Opinions and thoughts and ideas, and I don't know if the question, the way it's written, does that.
Maybe you could ask, how would you like to see Dayton grow over the next plan?
That's a nice, simple way, I like that,
Right.
and it's not too wordy for someone.
That's rare for me. That never met a word I didn't like.
Well,
Yeah, I like I kind of like the word vision, but I hear what you're saying. For a planning commission, you're hoping that people will have some vision. But if we need to revert it.
But if you're thinking about growth, that requires vision.
yeah, but that's the only reason I thought was maybe the word vision didn't elicit their opinion enough. You know, because that's what I think we're trying to get at, right, to get there.
We want to add, what we want to know from them is what they would like to see changed in Dayton 5 years, right? What would that would be?
Yeah, what kind of progress would you like to see in Dayton? I mean, maybe that's what we should say.
One of the things that I see in this a lot is a lot of the things like that where it's like, not philosophical, but kind of in a way, like vision, like their like goals, things like that. But one thing I don't see in this at all is like anything related to like land use code or an understanding of what like commercial is versus residential or something like that. And so I think if there's any like a baseline question that where like somebody should probably look at, any of our documents before applying, may be worthwhile.
We can barely get people to apply. If you put that in there, you're gonna make it so nobody
Well,
applies.
the first question kind of.
Yeah, but part of it is, they have some idea, and that's,
Your
the purpose of
educational
them
work
getting
and
involved,
volunteer
and then
experience,
grow to
skills and
know
interests.
and find out if it's.
I kind of like that first sentence, actually,
Yeah.
that first question.
Brief description of your education.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I just don't wanna be like. Making them think that they have to know too much.
Yeah.
I think through the, when you say, or interests that you feel would be useful as a member of the planning commission, I think we're sort of touching on that a bit, but maybe. See,
Whether they answer it or not.
yeah,
Mayor, if I may,
Please,
as to the question on vision. I've been in enough small towns to know that folks who are really passionate about their small town have no shortage of visions for where they want to be. I think that is worth just fine. If somebody's struggling to articulate what their vision is for 5 years, I think they would struggle to serve on this body.
well, our last applicant struggled to even answer the questions. So I'm not sure that that is the right.
But I think he struggled to answer all the questions. You know, he really was
Yeah.
kind of flippant with it. So it's
Yeah,
like,
it was.
here I am, I'm in, and you know, love me or leave me or whatever. So I think adding the question, would you be willing to come before the council and discuss this?
I don't think we need to, would you? You have to. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, good.
When I applied for planning commission, I came to planning commission. When I went to city council, I came to city council. I made everybody know I was interested. If you're interested, you bring your butt up here to show off that you're interested.
I have.
That's my personal opinion. Huh?
I'd come to one.
Yeah, and we appreciate that you did. But, and I'm sorry we had to do that to you, you know why we did, but anyways. No, but I mean, I think it's important, I mean, if they're not willing to even come up there. For that, then what are they willing to put forth when they're actually part of the, you know? So that's just my 2 cents. Timmy, you got any opinions? Okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't forget about you.
so I think we should,
Can we hear you, Kitty? Are you muted or not?
She's muted.
She's, yeah.
Can we hear your voice?
If you insist, Can you? Can you hear me?
Hey, now we can.
Okay. The system is slow tonight. I mean, I'm on dial-up speed, it feels like. So, I'll let you know when I have something to say.
Okay. Thank you.
Perfect, I know. I had to do dial-up when I was in college, that was the.
I think where we could add and attend a meeting or whatever one is, right before they sign.
Yeah. you can
Certify that I'm 18
That's.
and that I will attend whatever we want to attend, city council meeting prior to or anyway.
If they're being
How does that need to be
appointed,
worded? So then they sign, I'm 18 and I will.
and I will attend when, for my appointment.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I think that's good too.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have anything about the questions or anything, or we all but?
Mm-hmm.
Because then if they leave a question halfway answered or not answered at all.
Yeah, we can,
We can say, you know, we have questions about that. We allow interview.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's a courtesy you should protect them for playing.
I like it, perfection.
If they would like a yes or no screening question.
Yeah.
If they answer no, I'm not gonna come to city council and answer.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know, I think there's.
It's one thing if you're being elected, but if you're being appointed, I really am they should hear. Right.
Gotta act like you want it, you know?
Right. All right, item 3, USDA Congressional Direct Spending Grant Update, page 11. All right, Jeremy, did you wanna?
My staff report outlines some of the details associated with our USDA grant and where we're going. I did receive, just so you know, several proposals, 9 in fact, from qualified architect, engineering, and owner representative firms to do the facilities study. So we'll be selecting somebody very qualified soon to start with this on this project.
Excellent.
Other than that, I'm just interested to hear what other questions or comments the council may have on this.
I'm excited, I think we're right on track.
Yeah. Are we still considering doing a seismic retrofit on the annex? I mean, I'm wondering if that's such a great.
I am too. The more I think about it, the more, and this is, of course, something you all are gonna have to weigh in on as council. The more I think about it, the more it makes sense to me to concentrate all of our forces on this facility right here.
And when you say this facility right here, what is your vision?
For the next 5 years.
Of this building?
I would caution the council and everybody, in fact, to try to articulate something before we start this process. Because what we come up with when we get a design team on board is going to exceed what we even could have imagined. And I'm speaking from personal experience here.
And just to clarify, we're also gonna have them look at this building for us
Yes.
to move into as well. Okay,
And that could include potentially expanding the footprint.
yes, and that is easier to do than from front.
So, I mean, it seems like the first thing in this process might be just determining what use we'd like to put, or to think about what use we'd like to put this building to. We're talking about moving the city hall functions over here is. I mean, those are all pertinent questions before we even get started, because then we can figure out, we can at least think about how we're gonna go.
Yeah,
Can we, refer to the Parks and Rec data that we got? What the city, what folks in the city were looking for in terms of, facilities and,
well, that's definitely.
pickleball, I mean, you know, just the other things, if we went back and looked at that data, it might influence a little bit of what, where we want to take this. I think it should be. It's fun to dream about this space, and I've said before, and I'll say again, that as a performing arts person, I love this space, and I have a lot of dreams for it. But I'm not sure it's about my dreams, it needs to be about the folks in the town and what they're hoping to have, and facilities they're hoping to have access to, so. I think that data that was pretty thorough, that, you know, we had a lot of data, we should maybe look at that as well in this.
Yeah, it can be shared, that's when feasibility study people.
Yeah, I think probably before we get our. Like, oh, we could do this, or we could do that, like Jeremy said, once we get the architect on board, he'll come with all kinds of thoughts and ideas and things that we probably don't even think about at this moment.
So the question is, if we're not gonna seismically retrofit, the annex, then is that a safe building to really set up shop for a long?
Long term, probably not.
Short, long term, yes.
So would we supersede that project by starting something independent of that, or would we place that at the head of the list? Things we really need is to find a permanent home for the city hall.
I think that's probably a pertinent thing, and one of the most important things aside from our water and infrastructure.
I see this one from the same.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Personal.
we'd like to have
I mean, it's infrastructure that we need to run.
I'd like to
the
have a
city.
gymnasium and a pool.
There's a pool in the basement over there.
Yeah.
Just call it, I'll swim for you.
Mineral death.
Yeah, that's it. We can divert to trees.
Gee, Christmas.
So I'd like to emphasize that if you look at the request for quotes that was on your agenda when we first looked at this, it's structured so that it's a collaborative process. It's not gonna be an architect coming in and telling us this is how it's gonna be.
No, I know.
They're gonna work with you and the city team, and there's also a town hall or city design charrette where the public will come in and we'll have some options laid out for them, so it's not from scratch, because there's a tendency just to do everything you want to possibly do, which isn't feasible. But I do want this to be a collaborative process from the ground up.
Oh, yeah. With community buy-in.
It's an exciting idea, being involved.
I think so.
And remind me, this 500,000 that we have, it has a back end, we need to spend it by 2027.
There's no hard deadline, but they want us to try to spend as much as we can by the end of the calendar year.
26,
Correct.
okay.
So the feasibility study or that's gonna run us a couple $100,000.
No, that's not, that'll be less than 100.
Okay. Okay, that'll give us a lot of information too, in terms of how we work, right?
And something we could do with this 500 grand is we might not be able to do the full project. But we could, let's say we decide we want to invest in this facility. We could come in and we could do projects that are going to be versatile with whatever the long-term plan is. Like we could come in and do ADA upgrades, we could do energy efficiency upgrades. We could do things like that, but we're gonna have to do anyways.
Yeah.
I think when we got the grant to turn this building into the community center, I think they did the earthquake improvements on this building. Just an FYI to keep it
Oh,
all
okay.
kids. So,
That's good.
And it's sprinkled here too.
so I just thought I'd bring that to.
Do we run maintenance on these sprinklers? Because they're supposed to be done every,
You have to, yeah.
so somebody comes in and flushes them out.
And the elevator too. Yeah.
Yeah.
They flush out, yeah.
That's fucking, whatever it is,
That's what it's for.
all right, are we ready to move on? All right,
Are you ready to move on?
Are you comfortable with this discussion or where we're at?
Yeah, this was just an opportunity. The council to ask any questions or provide any.
Yeah. And we'll definitely, at least like speaking for myself, I would like to partner with you in making this happen. Like I sense that there may be just a little concern that you're gonna be left holding the majority of the bag on this, and we won't let that happen.
I won't let it happen either.
Okay.
Excellent, all right, item number 4, road safety town hall assessment, page 13. Everybody was there. Oh, you were not there. It was good.
That's quite a meeting, actually.
Yeah, it was a very good meeting. I felt pretty good about it.
I think people were very comfortable speaking in minds, you know. I felt kind of bad for law enforcement who were there because I just felt like they were getting grilled and really that they were just trying to be there to answer questions. I felt like instead of that, they were trying to come up with like impossible answers to impossible questions sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. I was really, proud of staff. I thought you guys did a great job. The one that stood at the microphone did a great job of doing that. I was really impressed with the law enforcement, everyone that was at the mic.
Mhm.
And then, Andrew and Scott, your two, personal stories of why and what. I think those were really impactful.
Yeah,
I think whenever people speak of from personal experience and how something affects them personally, I think you heard more of a hush in the room. And so I really appreciated both of your angles on that. And I think it put a really great exclamation point at the end of the meeting, because those folks were at the end of the meeting. I was really kind of proud to be on the team when you guys were. speaking at all of them, so they. So, well, thank you.
Yeah, we should be grateful for what we have and really consider what we want to have going forward. That's really where I was trying to aim with it. Because I've been in a place where you don't have those services, and you can't take it for granted, but I think people up here don't realize that those aren't necessarily something that are given or sometimes.
Those who have, oh, I'm sorry, those who have been here for a long stint,
Yeah.
like myself and Kitty and stuff, we know what it was like when we had services versus when we didn't have services and when we got services back. But there's a lot of new folks in town that don't understand that, and I think that's who we really need to reach. In terms of the community, you know.
The thing I find interesting with this is, we were talking about increasing to, 80 hours, what have you, and zero.
Zero people support like that, and there was one person who said that they don't got the law enforcement even need it. It was great. I mean, oh, we got the sheriff, so we're not gonna have to wait.
Yeah, the thing is then we don't have somebody here regularly. And we don't have somebody that gets to know the community and the villains in the community.
Well, and the good guys, the bad guys in between, somebody who's a part of who we are. That's really what we need.
And I think it's important to have that representation for safety here, so.
And I think that we've been well represented from the various different sheriff deputies that I've seen.
Gosh, yes.
They've been very personal, chatty, there when we need them, and.
Yeah.
I know when I got attacked, our dog got attacked the third time on the street, that. Our current deputy was very good about making sure that he contacted the people. Issued some citations, and you know what, they haven't done since that. Yeah, when you got a 120-pound German Shepherd coming out of the back of somebody's house, it's pretty good.
Oh.
And
Overall, I think it went well. I wished we'd had just a people, but I think because there were some games and things going on at that, they had an impact
Yeah.
on whom all attended or not attended.
Yes, and I think it's a sign of the times, people don't. It's, get all philosophical here, but I think, Americans aren't very interested in being engaged.
Yeah.
They don't know, they want everything to go their way, but they don't wanna,
They don't wanna work
they
for
want
it.
to work engaged.
Yeah.
So I think the fact that anyone showed up is kind of nice.
Well, I mean, I think some of them also don't get engaged as well because they don't think they make an impact.
Yeah.
And so I think that's up to us to make sure we change that point of view. Because where you have the most impact or say is in your local community. And it's not, state government, it's not federal government, it's in your community. And so I think it's imperative we work to give that impression to our community members that we are here for them, and if you want to get involved, this is where you come.
I had an idea that I was thinking about, and I don't know how popular this would be with us as a council body, but I was thinking of on our Fridays, our weekly Fridays through the summer. DCDS Friday thing. If we had a table with city council member, we all took turns, just to
That
be
might be
there,
an idea.
meet your counselor, ask good questions, just yak and chat, I think it would be a good way to represent ourselves to the community, and familiarize the community with who we are, and and maybe get people more comfortable with coming out of their shells and talking about it. Maybe they can battle a little bit, we can get a feel for the pulse of what's going on in town.
That's a really good idea. On that, well, if we created some marketing for the levy, that we could have it at the table, so that.
Right, exactly.
And point some of those.
I think banner,
Mhm. I think that's a
I like
really good
that
idea.
Yeah.
I'd like to kickstart the coffee mornings too. I think you and I should do one of those next couple of
Yeah,
months.
that's a good idea. And where are you going to do
I
that?
know a couple spots.
Yeah. For coffee?
And have immediate attendance, so.
Oh.
Where are they? What spots do you think?
Where?
Couple different spots, I know it's out of the city limits, but it's gonna involve people that live in Dayton, so the Grand Ron, or not Grand Ron.
Wow.
The, Grand Island.
Oh, yeah. That's what their problem is, that's down
They
there.
do, a lot of the farmers will go there,
Right.
and then the Pirates Den.
Fire ten people.
9 o'clock, you got a lot of people that have been around here a long time,
Yeah. That's a good idea.
so.
That's the ladies that all have coffee in the men too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When's the next Fair Street News?
It will be coming out beginning of March. Yeah,
When's the deadline to add to it?
All right.
Now.
Last.
tomorrow.
Yesterday.
Maybe you and I sidebar after, you can find a date and we can never see it now, and then we can get that in the books. That'd be cool. At Pirates Den.
I mean, I can wait till Wednesday, but.
Oh, no, it's not today. I'm just kidding.
That is tomorrow.
Like that.
Wednesday versus tomorrow makes it sound like I have more time.
Yeah. They got to- Somebody said less speeding tickets. Everybody at that meeting was
Seems like,
complaining
yeah.
there weren't enough speeding tickets, and somebody actually commented less speeding tickets.
They're probably a speeder.
They must have got a speeding ticket, that's why.
Yeah. I always try to go, be really careful. Cause I didn't so much.
Fewer. It should have been fewer.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that I see with this is like be present in all areas of town, not just the main streets. I'd like to see a more active patrol on the side road. Like these things are, I feel, in direct opposition to how little interest there was in more hours. And so I just, I'm struggling a little bit personally because I'm like, there, even at the meeting, there's a lot of commentary around, you know, wanting more of specific services like patrol on walls, things like that. But, you know, Deputy Twitchell talked about what his day entails, and for one person for a week, like these wants just aren't realistic. And so, you know, the only, in my mind, the only like real option to address those wants is to go up to 80 hours. But, you know, with zero interest in increasing those patrol hours, I wonder where that disconnect is. If it's in the information, if it's just and it is a really complicated
I think
topic.
it's some people are unable to. How do I wanna say this? I don't know, comfort, they don't have the capacity. To get from. Understanding point A to point B in some circumstances.
If they don't, if it
They
doesn't
have
impact them, then they don't see the need. If it
Right.
doesn't impact them.
I think that's the hurdle though, is all this stuff does impact them, they just don't see it. And so.
So
I think-
how do we get them to
Exactly.
see that, and what do we need to do to communicate that? I don't think it's the information, I think it's maybe the way that
Yeah.
we're.
Did we have, or do we have the capacity of having like a slideshow? Like here's the park down.
We
Church.
gave them a slideshow, it showed them, this little sliver was all speeding tickets made, but we got the question 3 times.
Mhm.
Well, and I think the hard part is, you know, to the mayor's point, like there was a lot of information, there was a lot of good information, like it was in, you know, PowerPoint form, you know, sheriff's presentation was really good, you know, Deputy Twitchell talking about his week was really beneficial. And so all the information was there. I think
So,
the problem is distilling all that information into a way that can be absorbed. And that's our hurdle to solve, you know, because we've got 6 months to solve.
so
Give or take.
we can, I think we're gonna get majority of the community, but there are gonna be community members, no matter what we say or however we deliver it, they ain't gonna get it.
That's okay.
I mean, whoever wrote that, I want more of this. They have to understand, okay, then we need more hours of someone here.
Yeah.
Like
But,
that is.
I mean, they were having a rough time even getting conceptually that speeding tickets don't make enough money to pay for services. I mean, they were like, well, just write more speeding tickets. It's not that simple. And if you can't get people to understand that, how are they really, no matter how you spoon feed it to them, are they really gonna get it? There's just some people that aren't gonna get it.
So I was, as you guys know, I was a nurse for 25 years, still am. And teaching is a big part of our job, and I think there's a lot of people here, educators in different ways, and in our jobs, we always educate people, especially if we're working with the public, and so. The thing that I found in people in general is we have one subject. And people understand it in as many different ways as there are people.
Yeah.
And the only way to get through that is to talk to individuals and ask an individual question. So like my question would be, yeah, we need sheriffs more around the city, and I would agree with that for a couple different reasons. For one, we had a guy running around here with one of those tailpipes and burning off, and you know, that'd be a good reason to have a sheriff running around the city more, or the deputy, you know. Or we had some shady characters sitting over by the school. That's another good reason to have the sheriff, you know, or there's a house that a lot of people look like they're going in there buying drugs. So when a person says, hey, we need the sheriff in other parts of town, my question to them is, okay, so why would you want us to have the sheriff in those other parts of town? What are those things that are going on that would require that? And I think that if we were in that booth on Fridays would be a good way to get to, we could ask those questions, you know? I would be happy to ask that, you know, oh yeah, I would like to see the deputy of the other parts of town. What specifically were you thinking about? What's your thing? What's your thing? What do you know?
Well, Deputy Twitchell's there almost every Friday night. too.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, we have the resource. So to your point, if you know, if you have us there to have the one-on-one conversations, you have the marketing materials there. Whether it's A-frame inserts, you know, banners, you know, you have binders with collateral, like that's in there for anybody who really wants to get in the weeds. You know, but we have those conversations, and we have the deputy there. I think, you know, to your point, that is a great access to get that information where it needs to go. We would need to do a few things. We would need to talk to TCDA and let them know that we're gonna ask for a spot. If we wanna do this, and then we're gonna need to, as a council, say, okay, here are the dates, who wants what.
Right, that's what I have.
Honestly, two per Friday night is probably for the best, you know, because the more people at a booth, the more likely somebody's gonna come
Yeah,
and
at
talk to
least
you.
two to three.
So we could
So,
overlap if we wanted to have it early and then late and then overlap it. Things get pretty mean.
Yeah.
At the very beginning, there's very few people, but there tends to be.
yeah, that's good.
But what are we gonna do in the meantime? Because we're a few months off from that actually starting. So,
Yeah, next
do we,
steps.
yeah, what are our next steps? Do we wanna put out more information? Do we wanna try and have another meeting? Do we wanna put something on the website? I don't know.
Do we have, those questionnaires or anything that if we do that in-person coffee outings or just what I do naturally, just go around and talk to the different, business owners or the people. Do we have anything that we can strike the conversation and then have them fill out something and then sign it? Like they acknowledge it so they can be part of, you know, the feedback. Do we have anything like that?
We can post on our website, ask us a question.
So with that, anything electronic, emails over the phone, even over the phone. You don't get the response. It was a challenge that I did with TCDA and myself, and they're struggling finding volunteers. They can't find me. I was like, well, there's gotta be a way. Well, you go out and talk to them, they get to know you, like we were just talking about, and pretty soon you get a flood of volunteers. They want to participate. So if we, use that same method, I think we'll get a lot more feedback.
I think your coffee class is a great first step on that, to be honest with you, because you're
Yeah.
there and questions that people have specifically. When we write a question and ask it, we're writing our question and talking in our language. If you're in a coffee class and somebody asks you a question, you're answering their question, not our question. And there's a big difference between those two things. So it's, and I agree with you, it's about getting in contact with people, finding face to. The real.
And I think we lead it a little bit too with like a coffee piece in the Fair Street News. You know, we can say, if you have questions on public safety, if you have questions on, you know, water infrastructure, come with your questions, you know, and we can make it so that we put these topics in their head. And we're like, hey, we can come and have these one-on-one conversations. And then in that, you know, then we can do one or two things, say, hey, you know, we're gonna have at the end of it, you know, we're gonna have a booth at Friday nights. We'll be able to, you know, we'll have this every week. Come and if you think of more questions, come talk to us. You know, or if it's water related, we're gonna have a town hall in April, it's on this date, come back then. So I think I think the multi-pronged approach on all this is really important. The coffee, I think is a good start. I would push back a little bit on the the distance out that Friday night is, and that being a problem in that, I think that the more that we can concentrate closer to the levee, but in more, short-term memory, we all feel, right? Like, I don't even remember what I had for breakfast last week. And so I think if we have some of the stuff closer to the levee, which Friday night would be, then I think that's actually more beneficial than it would be to do the stuff like now. Now, the coffee, I think that's still great, but I think the concentration being at Friday night that goes over the span of the summer, that the last one is only gonna be a couple months before the levee. I think that's a great way to concentrate the energy, because at the end of the day, we're only, a handful of people.
Dayton's a small town, people talk among themselves quite a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, if I sneeze on one of the towns, somebody says, we're tired on it.
Yeah.
And so if we can just start our presence, get people talking.
Yeah.
And really encourage people, and I'll do it, I mean, I can do it when I'm out walking with dogs, I always have conversation.
Yeah.
And just encourage people, hey, we as your governing body, your city council and the mayor, really want your questions. We don't want you to answer our questions, I wanna know what you want. And so feel free to contact us at City Hall. Know that we're gonna be available through the Fridays coming up, but if you have a question in the meantime. Where are we gonna ask that question? How do we contact?
How expensive is it to put a flyer in the mail
Not expensive at all.
to every mailbox in Dayton?
If it coincides with our monthly billing, it's just a cost to pay.
It's 650 and that's going on.
What would it be separate?
If we have to pay postage, what is it?
It's approximately $700.
Or just for postage?
$700.
I would say we do one separately of the monthly bill. Or specifically for Friday nights. And then the levy piece of that, maybe midsummer. Could be worthwhile, you get a couple Friday nights through Friday nights, but I think the paper in the water bill's great. I'll be honest, sometimes I get my water bill in and I don't even open it. So I know I need to be better about that personally. But I think that if you get something in the mailbox that's not embedded in something else that you can see first and foremost, there is an advantage to that. So
Did it turn your water off?
it's an auto.
Oh.
A lot of people said it.
So I wrote an article for the Ferry Street News, which is similar to the economic development survey. So that shares the survey results that we did.
Yeah.
So that will be out in March.
Sweet.
And I think, direct mail kind of things.
You can put that.
We could do a postcard. Postcard's a little less expensive than mail.
It is.
Postcards. are great. Yeah. I would love that. I'd be interested in a build out on what that, like what postcard would cost. Just so we can have that in our toolkit of, okay, July, August, we build it into that'd be the next fiscal year budget. So when budget season comes around, if that's something that we could factor in potentially. But I do think a double-sided postcard, laminated, not laminated, over the glossy finish. That separately from the water bill, that specifically talks about, come talk to us at, Dayton Friday nights, come talk about the levy, make it very levy specific. And then we do coffee and Dayton Friday nights, and.
Is there a discounted rate for flyers? Because I know the mailman comes sometimes brings one, he just gives everybody a flyer, doesn't have your name on it. Just there you are, just flyer, one person has a mailbox, or it's mail.
Hey, to your point, it's not free, it is free, is us handing these out ourselves.
Yeah, we would have to get everybody, I'd rather see it go up, but I was just wondering if there's. a
What do you
discount
guys
rate.
feel about door knocking?
I'm not keen on it. I mean, then it looks like we're selling something to people.
Yeah.
And I
We
don't-
are police services.
Right, so I don't want to come across that thing, I mean, it's a person, I don't know, and I would have no qualms about. Looking out someone's door, but I just think it would turn people off.
What you could do is have, basically a poll survey, what have you, that is hey, we will be, going around the community on this date. Would you be interested in us going to your home to have a discussion? As part of our door knocking, where you're not just knocking on everybody's door, but it's based off of responses. I don't know if that's something that's.
That could be time
It can be very time consuming.
two items, because I think we're getting a little.
Yeah, sorry. I'm taking.
Let's pick two things.
My bad, my bad.
And
Let's do that, I'm spitting out there.
I know, hey man, you and I feed each other too much sometimes. So I'm
Perhaps with blanket distribution, there's such one.
Jeremy, did you have any thoughts?
Wait a second, hang on a second.
You're in the flight path, right, over the airport, so maybe you do a leisurely flight. Forget everything.
Yeah.
They would have to cite the airplane.
So,
I was gonna say, Councilor Hildebrand is onto something. An effort such as this requires folks, us, to go out and have conversations with people. Trying to rely on passive, you know, the town halls, the mailers, that sort of thing, that's what we need to do that, but we need to find a way to actually go.
You go to the baseball, football, basketball, so that's what you do.
There's gonna be the Dayton wine run on May 30th.
oh yeah, it's a great
That would be
idea.
a great one to kind of showcase
Then you,
with people walking the streets.
plus then you go to them. And they're not having to come to you, because a lot of them are taking their kids all over the coast for sports on the weekends.
Well,
So,
what we should do for Wyra is see if we can talk to the sheriff's department and see if they can send a contingent to the sheriff's department to participate in the 5K. That
And
could-
then it's a starting gate, you can always have a little booth.
Yeah.
Like what they think of,
So.
they have the same places they started.
Sure, so, okay, so kind of recapping what our ideas are. First and foremost, most immediate thing is coffee. So we'll talk about that, we'll chat through you afterwards and say, okay, this is kind of what we want to do, what we want to do it, how we want to do it, that kind of thing. So immediate thing is coffee. The most impactful and most time investment is gonna be Dayton Friday nights. So booth, next Dayton Friday night meeting, are you welcome to, are you interested in bringing this up to them?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So booth, we'll need to chat marketing materials on that. And then we'll wanna chat about how we staff it. So that's gonna be one of the biggest time investment pieces of this. And then flyer. Whether that's.
postcard.
Well, flyer, if it's embedded, postcard, if it's separate, we can chat finances on that. A little bit down the road, this is a few months away. And then auxiliary to that, it's kind of a one-time thing. The possibility of wire. Now, that might be a little bit too much of an extension than what we can accomplish, but I think it's really cool if we can accomplish it.
What are you trying to?
What, it's in May,
do?
May 30th, we got some runaway on it.
Decide.
Okay, I think it's. So long as it's not spreading us too thin, I think it's a great idea. I just don't want it to detract from Dayton Fridays.
June 27th, or the last.
Sorry, the planning of it, I should say.
Okay.
So long as we can do everything in tandem, we probably use the same booth for wire run that we end up using for Dayton Friday nights, because it's just another.
So you're gonna
Dayton
take the
Friday
lead
night.
on that then, Drew, and you'll send an email out?
Yep.
Perfect.
And then,
Do we have a camp? I'm sorry.
no, excuse me, we're gonna need to wordsmith the
Yep.
flyers. and Posters.
So first immediate is coffee, and we'll cover that after. Okay,
First meeting is coming.
perfect. So we have some idea of what we're doing. Did you get all that, Rocio? I had to take off to the ladies' room, so I apologize. I missed my portion.
Sounds good.
Excellent.
I mean, when we were doing our burger flipping and things like that, we were really trying to accomplish the same thing.
Yeah,
It
and
didn't work.
that's, we'll have that coming up again, which will give us another opportunity to have FaceTime with our constituents. I mean, anytime we can have FaceTime, even if you're just showing up for a half an hour to some event.
Yeah.
It's FaceTime, it's an opportunity, they know you care, they see you're there, even if they don't talk to you that time, they're like, ooh, I bet they'll be at the next one, maybe I'll catch
We
you.
can ask them questions, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Is there anything in the city you'd like to see changed, things like that, here's your hamburgers or something you'd like to pass off to the city?
Just find Barb Jackson, she'll introduce you to her downtown.
Does it always have to be coffee? We do beers at the podcast.
You could do that too.
That'd be kind of fun. That's-
I don't know why. I mean, because.
It's the optics of it is, like alcohol versus.
You're playing a beer.
But we have a conflict. That's the business of one.
Oh, I just said I just said that because of weather. But like beers and like, we could go anywhere. Go to Watkins.
Wine might get you some action.
That's not, I can't make a jingle with wine.
Not,
We could get a.
the ones that we need to sell the police services are not into wine. They're into beer.
Yeah. The people that come into town from out of town.
Mostly, yeah, there's a few wine drinkers, but not going. All right, so we got a little plan. Let's move on to number 5, update on city hall services, move to annex, that's page 15. And this will be,
Okay, so obviously you guys are aware that we were closed on Thursday and again today. On Thursday, we commenced the move. We had pretty much all our construction, electricians, everybody on hand to facilitate things as well as staff. Public Works in particular, move things around. Some people got the memo, some people didn't, so some people moved everything in one day. I said, just move this day, do this the next day, anyway. We are operating. I mean, even today, we could have operated by this afternoon. Alexa came in and moved us up to IT. And so Rocio, I gave her some pictures I took this evening.
Oh, nice.
she's busily doing.
Okay.
That's the end?
That is nice.
Wow. Okay, where are we standing?
This is the counter.
This is
that you
the,
walk up to.
yeah, this is by Twitchell's door. And then next,
Twitchell's door.
and then that is the, in front of, that picture's from the entrance for the new door.
Excellent.
And this would be where Ricky's side would
Oh,
be.
So,
Rug and-
tired of looking at it.
I really have no, I cannot
Yes.
picture.
Yes, it goes our new, our entrance, Cindy already
To
made,
the right is where the glass.
Cindy already made all the vinyl decals, so we already are city hall there, and we already have a drop box in, and
Can you go a second through the photos again?
That's it.
So that's when you first walk in.
Yep, it'll be all right.
Just to the right.
yeah,
I like.
Wow.
When you, in the past, you'd walk in, you'd be looking at this table.
Uh-huh.
Now it's not.
correct.
Very good.
Can you go,
There's others too.
oh, there's my bad. And this,
That divides the counters, so there's a door in the center of them, so on the left-hand side would be primarily for use for permits, things of that
So
nature.
did you build that wall?
They did that, yeah.
It's the same door there.
They reused.
Yeah,
it.
we reused the door and the cabinetry, all of this has been reused.
I'm impressed.
wow.
Very
nice.
nice.
And most of you did that all by.
Yeah, she did, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Should be one for the back side, looking out
Well done, everybody.
Find it.
there, we're coming up.
Oh,
Yes, and this is from the back of where your dais used to be.
Well, that's behind the door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're looking out toward the
For the
entrance.
intersect.
Very awesome.
That's Ricky's desk on the left there.
Yeah, that used to be-
So I encourage you all to drop by City Hall the days ahead, just to
Okay.
visualize it for yourselves and allow you then to be able to talk about it as well. And yeah, I think, we'll be constantly doing little things to tweak it, decorating, whatever, but I mean, for the most part, it's operational. So we can take payments starting tomorrow, we can get permits starting tomorrow, we can do everything of that nature. So yeah, it's exciting, super exciting.
Nice.
I
Yeah,
think it just increases the efficiency so much, because Jeremy's right there in the ceiling.
we're all in the same building now.
Yeah,
That's
you don't have to
actually-
go running across the way.
Exactly. So there's more connectivity for sure.
Is that little break room still as it was?
So it's yeah, next door, we just sealed it up, and so the kitchen is now its own self-contained kitchen.
Dave's office was break.
Huh?
Yeah, that is.
Dave's office was break.
That's true.
Good point.
We're putting the inflatable.
It's middle of the runway.
Cause it used to have a little roll up, right? So the roll up.
Yeah, exactly, so we just sealed it up.
Nice.
Yeah, so do stop in and take a look, because it's pretty cool. And everyone that's moved in there seems really happy with it, so. We're kind of in the process of mothballing next door. If you go over there, it's kind of funny because it really is empty in there now, so. Taking the cabinets out, taking everything.
Yeah. So there is the next question is what, is anything going to be done with that building in the, you know, in the near future? Or is it just gonna basically sit empty?
I thought the pool idea was really good.
Pending our study.
Yeah, pending the study for sure.
Yeah, I think that's gonna shut down.
Yeah, I suspect Trent
Sure.
has that. Sure.
Is it all the same tax lot? The annex and then city hall?
Yes.
Yes, it was previously a few years ago, two tax lots, but it got connected or combined. But the dividing line was actually down in the middle of it, not the buildings, but the back half of the property and the front half of the property.
Gotcha, okay.
I think when, Stoller bought the little property where their house used to be.
Right.
When they did that.
Exactly,
Oh,
yeah, that's right.
And then is the library in the old city hall the same building or is the library like an add-on to that building? Or was it all built at the same time?
I believe it was an add-on.
Good question.
Kitty, do you remember if the library is added on to that city hall?
No, it was already there when I got there and already old when I got here. The one thing I know is that Mary Gilkey donated the property.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why the library is named for that. But I don't think there was any discussion other than it's old and it's moldy and it floods. It's been known for a quarter of a century. So,
Yeah.
Good,
Very exciting.
go ahead.
Mayor Frank, Dave also has something else he'd like to do.
So I penned this letter and submitted it to Jeremy. It is actually a letter to both our city manager, mayor, and city council. I hate reading to you, but this best summarizes everything, so I'll share it with you. I'd like you to please accept this letter of resignation effective the 7th of March of this year. I have decided that after a lifetime of employment, the time has come to say goodbye and embrace retirement. Although I don't expect to sit idle, I look forward to a less structured lifestyle and the freedom that comes with it. I want to express my gratitude to the city of Dayton for what has been a rewarding opportunity to assist in preparing the community for new and exciting change. From day one, I was given the latitude to initiate projects and initiatives that will provide a foundation for future growth. Whether it be surveys to capture public sentiment, grants to provide public improvements, or the establishment of long-term financial structures to provide for future development. I'm proud of the accomplishments we have been able to achieve over a short period of time. The future of this city is bright, and I am thankful for all of your support. In addition, I wish to thank city staff and community leaders who have assisted me in realizing these goals. As the saying goes, it takes a village, and I could not have achieved nearly as much without their willingness and openness to change. Please continue your good works, and I look forward to seeing what the future holds for this special city. Signed up. So I will be here for the next 3 weeks. My primary goal is to finish up with the grants that I started. I actually was able to backdoor into one of them that hasn't been put up yet. And was able to get it all set up so I can push the button on when it opens on March 2nd. And then the other grant takes a little bit more to it and won't open till then, but I'll complete that beforehand. And yeah, I just want to thank everyone. It's been great. Really appreciated it. Just real briefly, just to give you some timeline. Back when I was 11 years old, I started working with my paper route. Okay. Back then, I was even thinking about it. I was like, not only did you deliver the papers, but you collected for the monthly subscription, door to door. You can't even imagine sending an 11-year-old to do that these days. After that time, I worked for my dad. He had a liquor store for a few years. I worked in another liquor store for several years. I went on to work in home improvement industry before the likes of Home Depot and Lowe's. Continued on with, working in a downtown association, and then I was in the apparel industry for 25 years, mostly in outerwear. Then everything came full circle. I went back to a business association when I went to work with the MDA. And then got to taste this here, which has its similarities. Although I must admit, it's taught me so much about public life that I wasn't aware of. And I have a lot more compassion and empathy for public life because it's harder. There's so much rules and regulations that one needs to comply with, that it doesn't happen as quickly as everything you'd like to see happen. So anyway, I will be here for the next council meeting for you guys, and if you need anything, wish to reach out, I am in the office for the next 2.5, well, 3 weeks.
You'll be missed.
Very much so.
It's been great, it's been fun, like I said, your table's set, all you gotta do is act on it, and you're gonna do great, so. It's good. Yeah, you bet.
Yeah, good luck.
You've made such a difference there.
Yeah, no, it's been fun. It's
I
been
know,
fun.
enjoy it. People say, oh, what are you gonna do? You'll enjoy it. You'll
Oh,
just pick up.
absolutely.
You know.
I got
That's not
stuff.
fair.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone I talk to about it says the same thing too. They go, oh, don't even be afraid of that. It's gonna be fun. You're gonna love it.
Yeah, my husband's semi-bred. and I
Yes.
Feel.
Yeah,
That's where I'm, semi-retired is perfect.
yeah,
Work a couple
exactly.
days, volunteer a little bit, and
Yeah.
then that's good to go. And I can say, that's what I'm not coming in today.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Seems like we need to have a big party for that.
We'll see what happens, you know.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
If you do, I'm gonna be gone that whole week of the first week of March. So, if you had it then, I guess I'm thinking,
When are you back?
not till 10.
Oh, looks like you gotta cancel your plans.
Yes, Yeah.
Well, let's just plan on something at some point. I think that would be lovely.
That's good.
Absolutely. All right, thanks, Olita, on that. I would love that. Thank you. I'll meet with you first, Brady. Bravo. Excellent.
Alright.
All right, we're gonna move on to council comments and concerns. We're gonna start with Miss Kitty.
Nothing tonight.
Nothing tonight, okay. Counselor Hooper.
I just said I'll be going on our next meeting in March, I'll be in California, goofing out. In Santa Barbara, so it should be not, hopefully the weather will, yeah, we'll be good. Looking forward to get back to town.
It'll be
Yes.
nice.
Other than that, everything, I really appreciate this body. Feels like family, and it just, that's one thing.
Glad to have you. Very glad. Counselor Peterson.
No, I don't think so, just, I guess a special thanks to you, Dave, for getting here.
Oh, yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
He's the one with the back.
Hey, wasn't for Dave, I wouldn't be here either.
That's true.
I tried to withdraw my application. I just sat here.
What?
What we're gonna do without Dave, he got us Chris too. He
Yeah.
helped us to get Chris. Okay, Counselor Ty Crow, do you have any?
Me?
Yeah.
Not a whole lot, just, I want to make an effort to say thank you to the city staff. You guys do a tremendous job. Dave, you'll be missed. I talk to you a lot, so, and I thank you for everything that you've done. Door's still open, but we got some weeks ahead, so. All right, yeah, I'll hold you up on that one. Yes,
I'm gonna find you a window sometime.
you will, because I run into you every time.
Okay, Counselor Hooper.
You know, I normally have a lot to say, but I didn't get a second cup of coffee today, and so I'm running a little slow.
I guess thank you big much to the night, get the coffee machine back.
So, you know, I can't think of anything. Can't think of anything. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate everything that you ever,
Yeah, no.
ever said, ever done, ever, I really appreciate it, everyone, with you, so
Thank
we're
you.
gonna miss you.
Absolutely. Okay. I will be having surgery March 27th, for sure. So I will be here for the March 2nd meeting, but Drew will be handling the rest until I'm back. It takes 6 to 8 weeks for recovery, depending on how it goes. So I'll be around, I just can't get anywhere.
So the 27th is your surgery?
Yep.
And you're gonna be having it where, and OHSU?
No, they're gonna do it at a surgical center in Tiger. March 27th, it's a Friday. You can even look at my x-rays, I brought. I brought them for you to look at.
I'll take a peek.
Of everything random to bring
I
up.
know, right? What my X-ray?
My x-rays.
Oh, like a girl.
Everybody brings the x-ray so much.
Oh, man.
Crazy.
No, I did that because there's some other dates on there that I didn't know that I might need to refer to or not, so, I mean, I just brought the whole damn packet with me, that has everything. Anyways, so yeah, that's all I've got, really, other than the bathroom light at that park bathroom down the street from my house, it's on. All the time, I'm like. Every morning when I leave, that bathroom light is on, and I'm like, somebody's not going in there every morning when I leave for work and turning that damn light on. Is the light just staying on? I wonder, or is somebody actually going in there? I'm not sure if the light's actually turning off.
Right, so I drove by that too in the morning.
And it's,
Recently it was on.
yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. So I don't know if we need to look at that or not, because I kept assuming somebody might have been in the bathroom, but I don't think so. Anyways, that's all I got, so,
Maybe Tom Bonnet is there.
yeah.
He says, we'll leave live.
I got rid of her, that one, it's,
Yeah, we adjourn.
okay, so, we are adjourned at 7:40.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, thank you.
So,
Oh.
Why did you guys-